Children of family influencers. What was life like? Ever since my younger sister and I were old enough to clothe ourselves, my parents expected us to dedicate every ounce of free time into helping the family YouTube channel. At first, it was just staying up till 2 a.m. to edit and post, but then it got worse. Mom started wailing on us off camera to get the perfect take of us crying. Dad began denying us food until we recorded videos for our solo channels. Our teachers questioned why we looked so tired and were getting skinnier, and that's when my parents lied to them that we were chronically ill. The amount of special attention, kindness, and even money that they received because of this one lie planted a seed in their head, because not even a month later, we were packing up and moving across the country. Mom said it was for a simple change of scenery, but then on the first night, she taped me to a chair. She pulled out a razor and shaved my head completely bald. I screamed and cried, but she just kept buzzing. The next morning, she made me sit in front of the camera and announce on our channel that I had melanoma. I tried to tell her no at first, that I wasn't comfortable lying, but she just took out her belt and started using it until I agreed. I filmed the video in genuine tears. I think that's why Mom liked it so much. The GoFundMe went live that afternoon, and unfortunately, that was just the start. By nighttime, I was already forced to practice this shuffle walk, where I'd hold onto walls like I was weak from chemo. I wasn't given a full portion of dinner either. Dad said I needed to become skinnier, so it would look more convincing. The very next morning, Mom spent an hour putting makeup onto me to create dark circles and make my skin look pale and sick. I remember my sister standing in the corner, shaking, too afraid to speak in case they forced her to. And 1 month later, they did. They announced my 6-year-old sister had muscular dystrophy. They made me and my sister record the video, just us two, and had us cry on each other's shoulders. My parents specifically chose that disease because they said its progression would be easy to see over time. My sister just needed to get noticeably weaker and more frail, and so they instantly bought her leg braces she didn't need and made her wear them constantly. Even screwed them into her leg at night while she slept, piercing the screw into her calf. She'd cry and scream in pain all night, begging my parents to take it off, but they just put in their noise-canceling earphones and drift to sleep on their duck-feathered king-sized mattress. Before I even knew it, the brace had done so much damage my sister stopped being able to actually walk properly. She'd limp everywhere and wince in pain, and Mom and Dad loved it. Now their videos of her struggling to walk wouldn't even have to be fake. I remember they even took to the school when it started becoming really profitable. They forced my sister and me to the principal's office alone, coaching us to request surprise fundraisers kept secret from our parents specifically to help with money. I remember the night that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I came downstairs to get some alcohol wipes to clean my sister's leg wound when I found Mom and Dad in the kitchen talking about the day's earnings. Mom had a spreadsheet open and they were tracking which symptoms generated the most donations. I overheard them planning to announce that my cancer had spread to my brain and talking about wounding my sister's skin to give her fake surgery scars. That's when I had to stand up to them. The next week, I asked to see the school nurse, something I'd never dared to do before. When I came into her office, she instantly started accommodating me, the potentially terminal cancer kid, until I stopped her. I pulled out the fake medical documents I'd grabbed before leaving for school this morning. They had obvious Photoshop marks on them. Not only that, I took out my phone and showed her the makeup in my bag that I used during lunch to reapply my cancer look. The nurse's mouth dropped more and more. Of course, I told her everything, from the cancer to my sister's leg brace. She promised to handle it carefully and started the reporting process. She then broke protocol and even gave me a hug, promising neither my sister nor I would ever have to live through anything like that ever again. I went back to class shaking because I knew what would happen if my parents found out. Well, within 2 hours, they showed up to school. Mom was crying these perfect tears while Dad wore his best grief face. They brought thick folders full of medical records dating back years. They had fake oncologist letters and highly skilled photoshopped test results showing cancer markers. Dad pulled out his iPad with some actor I'd never seen before pretending to be a doctor on a video call with a fake office in the background. They explained to the principal that medical trauma denial was common in pediatric cancer patients. Mom said the only reason I brought makeup to school was I was in denial about my illness and trying to look healthy. I saw in real time the nurse's face shift as she started doubting herself. The documents looked real and the doctor seemed legitimate. The principal suggested waiting for a full investigation. They sent me home that day with my parents. That evening, my dad called me to the kitchen table after sending my sister to her room. His face was grave as he set down a prescription bag. 2 a day, every day, starting now. He then took a pill and started shoving it in my mouth. Full story on channel link below.